In our panel, Gary Gastelou from FoxNews.com, the automotive reporter there. Scott Martin is back with us. And Bruce Turkel, Turkel Brands CEO. I want to hear what he has to say. But, Gary, first of all, airbags, that's the most recent crisis that we can compare this to. How does it compare with the airbag scandal? Is it worse, the same?
Ignition switches as well. You know, the big difference here is the good news for Volkswagen is no one died. Maybe there was some lung disease caused by these cars, but there wasn't a tragedy like that or hundreds of tragedies like that. The bad news is this wasn't a mistake they covered up. This was an intentional path, apparently, to break these laws, to sell these cars, to have this clean diesel image. That's bad. And it's a lot bigger than one person says, uh-oh, and tries to fix it up by, erasing a mistake they made, and then other people getting involved in covering up. They decided we're going to do this. We're going to program the cars to do this. We're going to break these laws. We're going to advertise it like that never happened. That's what's really bad.
Scott, let's talk about the stock. Already, VW's lost about $17 billion in market cap. How is this going to affect the stock going on? Has it seen the worst, or is it going to get even worse than it has been?
Well, it's funny, David. Yeah, just a few dollars and cents to the tune of several billion. I'll tell you, I mean, what's been interesting, and if you look back in history, I mean, Gary mentioned it. Look at Toyota, look at GM. You know, the stocks originally took some big hits and then took some more hits and eventually washed up again. So I think there's a good chance, David, we see more weakness in this name alone, Volkswagen, but also other names, too. I mean, in the lead-in, you talked about all these other companies now, BMW, Mercedes. I mean, some really high-end stuff that seems to be affected. So you know what happens. In times of panic, investors sell first, ask questions later. I think you wait a little bit on this name to get back in.
Bruce, I'm wondering how this will affect the brand and how they recover, how the brand itself recovers. First of all, a lot of folks remember the days when the catalytic converters first came in, and you had somebody in the neighborhood who for $40 would take it off your car for you, to make it run cleaner and cheaper. So I'm wondering, and because nobody has been hurt or killed as far as we know, as Gary said, is this as big a hit against the images as a lot of people say it is?
Yeah, this is actually going to be a really big hit, David, because as Gary said, it was actual malfeasance. It wasn't an accident. But here's why it gets worse. Because the authentic truth of the Volkswagen brand was friendly, happy, and trustworthy. And the people who were buying these specific smart diesels thought they were making the world a better place. They thought they were doing the right thing. And it turns out now that the rug has been pulled out from under them.
Okay,
Volkswagen
so it is a brand
is going to pay for this and pay big.
It is, Gary, another brand problem is the fact that they're going to be paying off the CEO, outgoing Martin Winterkorn. The reports are that he could get a golden parachute as much as 60 million euros. That doesn't look so good, does it?
No, that sort of thing never looks good. I mean, we're going to find out exactly how much he knew. They're saying he didn't know about it. He didn't make this decision. He's falling on a sword. We don't know that that's the fact yet. We'll find out more in the coming
Bruce,
weeks.
How do they correct the image now?
That's the question everybody's asking, and there's one way. They're handling it about as well as they can, getting all the news out, doing all the right things. They have to do something huge. They're the biggest automaker in the world. They know that they made this mistake. They have to take their resources, their money, their brand, something huge, something no one's done before. Figure out the way to fix the pollution issue and be the leaders.
Okay.
That's the only way.
So since the stock's been hit so hard, Scott, we got to go, but is it a buy right now?
No, I'd wait, David, and I'd be careful, too, looking at European economies, European stocks, too, because they've fallen in sympathy as well, being that it's such a big employer in Germany.
Guys, thank you very much. Good stuff. Appreciate it. Cheryl?